Well, welcome back to another game of On Base Baseball. My name is Brian Hafferkamp. I'm the designer and creator of On Base Baseball. And in this game, we're going to continue our 1991 ALCS. This will be game number 3. I have a hard stop in about 17 minutes or so. So we're going to get right into this one. The series is tied at 1 apiece, and this will be the first game in Toronto at the Sky Dome. Let's go through the starting lineups very quickly. For the Twins, it's Dan Gladden in left, Jet Knobloch at second, Kirby Puckett is in center, hitting third, Chili Davis, the cleanup man, is at DH, Shane Mack moves up to the 5th spot, he's in right field, Herbeck moves down to the 6th spot, he's at first base, Gagne moves up to the 7th spot, he is at short, Junior Ortiz gets a start at catcher, he's hitting 8th, and Scott Leyes gets a start at third base, he is hitting 9th. On the mound, it's Scott Erickson. Right-hander can go 27 batters for his stamina, 3.76 FIP. So he will be pitching off of this second column card. And for the Blue Jays, it's Devon White leading off, playing center. Robbie Alomar is at second. He's hitting second. And Joe Carter is in right field. He's hitting third. Olerud is at first. He's hitting 4th. Kelly Gruber at third, hitting 6th. Candy Maldonado in left, hitting 7th. Or hitting 6th, Gruber's hitting 5th. Rance Mulliniks is a 7-hole hitter, he is at the DH. Pat Borders is catching, he's at the 8-hole, and Manuel Lee is the shortstop, he is hitting 9th. On the mound is going to be Jimmy Key, left-handed pitcher, terrific left-handed pitcher through the late 80s and early 90s. 27 is his stamina, 308 was his FIP, so he'll be pitching off of this first column card. So let's get this one going. October 11th, 1991. And like I said, the series is tied at 1. And let's get this party started. It'll be Jimmy Key finishing up his warm-up tosses. He'll face off against Dan Gladden. A 23 to Gladden, who is a -12. The 23 is going to be a ground out with an error check. That's a grounder to second. No error on the play. And that's out number 1. Ooh, a 66. That's going to be a strikeout from Jimmy Key as he gets Chuck Knobloch looking. And Kirby Puckett comes up in the first. A 34, that might be pretty good. He's a 14. 34 is going to be a chance for a home run, except the D9 is an 8, and so instead that's going to be a strikeout. And that'll be a strikeout looking as well, as Jimmy Key freezes him. And that's going to be a 1-2-3 inning for Minnesota in the top of the first. Erickson comes out and finishes up his tosses. He'll face off against White, Alomar, and Carter. 55 to a 16 is going to be a strikeout, as Erickson gets Devon White striking out, or swinging. 45, that's going to be a long single down the right field line for Robbie Alomar. He's going to turn that into a hustle double. And Alomar will be standing up at second base with 1 out and Joe Carter at the plate. Carter is a 19. 24 to a 19 is a double play or strikeout. So Erickson gets the strikeout for out number 2. And John Olerud, base hit, would score a run. He has a 33. Nothing here on the 33. And so 33 to Olerud is going to be a double as he hits one deep into the left center field gap. That's going to one-hop the wall. And that'll be an RBI double as he drives in Robbie Alomar from second base. And that is the first runs of the game. Candy Maldonado stepping in. 24 to him is going to be a strikeout swing, or strikeout looking. So Erickson strikes out the side, but he also squeezes in a couple of doubles. The Jays lead this one 1-0, heading to the top of the second. A 14 to a 29. That's going to be a clean single to left. And Chili Davis is on with an opposite field single. Brings up Shane Mack. Actually, that's that was pulled to left, huh? He's a switch hitter. 34 to Shane Mack. Chance for a home run here. It's a 5 though, and that's going to be a strikeout. Takes a mighty cut and comes up empty. Herbeck stands in. Herbeck a 14. That's going to be another base hit through the hole on the left side. And that's going to push our runner to second base. So we have runners at first and second for Greg Gagne. 66, that's going to be a K, as he gets Gagne going through a curveball. 2 strikeouts in the inning, 2 hits in the inning. What's going to bend first? Will it be Jimmy Key or Junior Ortiz? 44 to a -8. That's going to be a walk, as he walks the backup catcher, and that will put runners at every base. For Scott Leyes, first at bat of the World Series, he's going to tap this one to shortstop. Play is to first base, and that's going to be the 3rd out of the inning. So Jimmy Key dances through the raindrops there and gets them to the 2nd inning. It's 1-0 Toronto over Minnesota. It'll be Maldonado, Molinix, and Borders for the Twins. 24 to a 6 is going to be a strikeout. Scott Erickson's got the strikeout pitch working in this one. 4 Ks in an inning in the 3rd, and this is going to be a 5th here. So that's another swinging strike as he goes through the 2-seam fastball. Brings up Manuel Lee. Lee 23 to a -26. That is going to be a walk. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Borders. Same thing. It's a walk. So Borders at first and Lee up now. 45, that's a long single. So Lee is going to stop at first, but it's going to push Borders all the way to 3rd as he hits a single to left field. And that brings up Devon White. White in his first at-bat struck out. In his second at-bat, he's also going to strike out as he takes a healthy cut, but he can't come up with the ball. So that's going to be out number 3. And Toronto gets runners to first and third, but they can't get anyone home. And so we go to the top of the 3rd. 1-0 is our score. First up at the top of the order, Dan Gladden. 33 to him is going to be a fly out. And that's a fly ball to left field. Little can of corn out in left field for Candy Maldonado. Maybe it was candy corn. Who knows? 35 to a -4. That's going to be a ground out to the first baseman. He's going to take it to first himself. And that's going to be Olerud making out number 2. Next up is Kirby Puckett. Puckett struck out looking in his first at bat. 23 is going to be a ground out. That's to second base. There's an error check. There's no error on the play. And taking care of it will be the second baseman, Alomar, as he gets it to Olerud for out number 3. A 1-2-3 inning for Jimmy Key and the Toronto Blue Jays. They lead 1-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. For the Jays, it's going to be Alomar, Carter, and Olerud against Scott Erickson. 44 to a 15. That's going to be a walk. Again, we're going to try to steal with Robbie Alomar. He's in there. And we're going to implement some of these homebrew rules too. So let's try to get them to 3rd base. The catcher is a plus, so we're going to take away 1. So it goes from an 8 to a 7 because stealing 3rd, a 7 to a 6. So we're going to be aggressive here. 1 to 6, he'll be safe. It's a 5, and he's in there with a steal of 3rd. So Alomar running the bases like a madman in these playoffs. And we got a 33 against a 19. That's going to be ripped into center field. It hits off of the wall, and that's going to score the run from 3rd. So that's an RBI double for Joe Carter, and the score is now 2-0 Toronto. 35 to a 10. That'll be a strikeout looking. That's just the first out of the inning. And it brings up Kelly Gruber. Gruber with 1 out and a man at second base. 14 is going to be a walk. Might turn out okay. It sets up the double play at least. And Candy Maldonado stands in. He struck out in his first at bat. 25 is going to be a fly out to left field down the line. Coming in hard on it is the left fielder, Dan Gladden. He makes a fine running catch, and that's going to be out number 2. Fly out plus. Okay, nothing there, no advancement. And that brings up Rance Mullenix. Mullenix is going to tap one to the shortstop. No problem for Gagne as he gets it over to first. And Toronto out of the third, and we're going into the fourth. It's 2-0 Blue Jays over the Twins. And Jimmy Key comes out to face Chili Davis. 46 to a 29. That's going to be a line out or a pop out. That's actually going to be a pop up to first. So Chili Davis under that one. And that'll be the first out of the inning. 66, that's going to be another strikeout as Jimmy Key puts it right on the corner. And gets Shane Mack. Mack now 0 for 2 with 2 Ks. Brings up Herbeck. Herbeck is going to pop this one up to center field. And that'll be a can of corn out to center. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jimmy Key and the Toronto Blue Jays as Minnesota goes down in the fourth. They only have 2 hits in the game and are looking to hold the Blue Jays here. Erickson goes out against the bottom of the order, or Borders, Lee, and back to the top with Devon White. Borders with a walk his last at bat, a 23, is going to be the same fate here as he has his second walk of the game. Which brings up Manuel Lee. 35 is going to be a double play or a strikeout. You can see I usually do double play or K. That one I messed up, but I cleaned that up before I made the files live. So it only looks that way here. It'll say double play or K. 35 is going to be a double play. That's hit to the shortstop, so we'll go 6-4-3. And that's a fielder's choice at second. That clears the bases. Devon White up with nobody on and 2 outs. 46 is going to be a line out, and that's a line drive to the first baseman. And that'll be out number 3. So, only 3 men come up in the fourth. We go to the top of the fifth. It is still 2-0 Toronto over Minnesota. Play out one more inning. And it will be Gagne, Ortiz, and Leas for the Twins. 46 to a -5 is a strikeout looking. So Jimmy Key with 2, 4, 6 Ks, 1 walk. He's going to get a 7th strikeout here. Another one looking as he's got the strikeout pitch working in this one. Brings up Scott Leas. And another one here, I think. A 5, a 24. He does. He strikes out the side. This one's swinging. So Jimmy Key working it over in the fifth as he strikes out the side. We go to the bottom of the fifth. 2-0 is our score. Toronto over over Minnesota. And it'll be Scott Erickson against Alomar, Carter, and Olerud. Third time through the order. Tough go of it here. 46 to a 15 is going to be a pop out. And that pop fly goes to the shortstop. For pop-ups, I usually just use the same convention as a ground out. For foul outs, I'll often use, I'll just kind of make my way through that with foul outs. You're not often going to foul out to the pitcher, so I'll just kind of switch things a little bit. And then for line outs, I usually will use all 9 players. All right, next up, Joe Carter. Carter is 1 for 2, had an RBI double in his last at bat. This time, though, he is going to strike out. as he swings through an Erickson curveball. Scott Erickson with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 Ks. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. And then the last chance here in the 5th is John Olerud. He's going to tap out to the pitcher, and that'll be a 1-2-3 inning for Scott Olerud. All right, we only have a couple minutes left here, so I'm going to just go ahead and shut it down, and we'll stop in the bottom of the 5th. So our score is 2-0. We had a game recap here. A double by Robbie Alomar in the first. He was chased home by John Olerud, who also doubled and gave the Jays a 1-0 lead. And then the third, Alomar struck again. He walked. He stole second and third, and then was doubled home by Joe Carter, who hit one into center field. So that's where we stand right now. Both pitchers looking pretty good. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Erickson can go 27. Jimmy Key just got to the 18 mark. He can go 27 as well. So both pitchers looking pretty good for another inning. Maybe they'll get through the... Key could get through the 8th. Erickson could get through 7 or so, looks like at this point. And I'll come back and finish this one up at a later date, but this is game 3 of the 91 ALCS. You can pick this up at our printed product store on the Game Crafter. I will put the link to our company organizational page, and then you can look and see. So 1980, 1986, and 1991 for the Pocket Edition, which is what this is. You can see it's the on-base Pocket Edition. And so you can pick that up there. Either any of those seasons are available, and starting to get orders on the 1991 season, which was just released. You can also purchase this season as a full season with full carded, everybody carded, and the roster sheets and the whole deal at clarkandaddisongaming.com. If you go click on the big green button and you do shop all games, then you can filter by on-base baseball, and you can see all the seasons that are available. 1991 is one of those seasons. Also check out play action football, check out up-tempo basketball, no huddle football. Quick play baseball is a really great little quick playing baseball game, and precision baseball is a very fully detailed baseball game, which includes a whole lot of everything. So it's very, very detailed and very precise in its simulation of baseball. And so quite a different take than on-base baseball, and that was why I made it. So go check out all those games. Often there's a free demo, or if not, you can look on this channel and you can see lots of these games just being played. Most recently, play action football and precision baseball have gotten a lot of play. Also, up-tempo basketball I played recently, so you can check those out on the channel as well. If you're having a hard time understanding the demos, or you just don't want to deal with the demos before you dive in. So go to clarkandaddisongaming.com. If you have any questions or comments about this game or the Pocket Edition, leave them down in the comments section. I'll get to them very quickly. And if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you keep coming back here, and YouTube will let you know whenever new videos are posted. That's the advantage there. It'll also help this video get out to more and more people, and more people playing is more enjoyment for everybody, and continuing to grow the hobby that way. All right, I think that's it from here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.